Good morning, students. Today we have start our geography second lesson, latitudes and longitudes. The most convincing proof about the shape of the earth has been given by the photographs taken by the astronauts and the orbiting satellites. The shape of the earth is a sphere, but the actual measurement prove that the earth is not a perfect sphere. Students, it means when astronauts taken picture of the earth by space and prove that the earth is a sphere. It means the shape of the earth is like a sphere. But after some time, again some astronauts measurements uh, and study about the shape of the earth, and they prove the earth is not a perfect sphere. The earth is slightly bulging at the equator and flattened at the poles. Thus, the polar diameter of the earth is 44 kilometers shorter than the equatorial diameter. But for all practical purpose, we consider the shape of the earth as a sphere, like a ball. See students, the earth is not perfect sphere. Then which which perfect shape of the earth? The earth is slightly bulging at the equator and flattened at the poles. It means like a ball. Yes. Then the diameter of the earth is 44 kilometers shorter than the equatorial diameter. It is easy to locate a place on a flat surface with reference to another place. Since spherical objects like the earth neither have corner and sides nor top and bottom, it is difficult to locate a place on it. Every point on a ball is like any other point. See students, if we suppose earth is like a ball and earth is no corner and no sides, and it is just like an orange. So every point on earth like same of other point. Therefore, in order to know the location and direction of a place on the surface of the earth, we have to develop some method or technique. We have to evolve or find certain points or lines which can be used as reference for locating places on earth. It means we faces many problems to find out location of particular place on globe. That is why we develop some method or technique to find the location on a globe. The earth rotates on its axis, which is imaginary. The end points of the axis of the earth are called the poles. The pole which points toward the pole star is called the North Pole, and other is the South Pole. The two poles can be used as two fixed points on the globe. See students, in this figure, these two points are fixed, and that are North Pole and South Pole. And this middle line is equator, and it divides the earth into north hemisphere and south hemisphere. Yes, we can divide the earth into two equal parts by drawing an imaginary line midway between the north pole and the south pole. This line is a circle and we call it equator. Student, last year we already know about it. Equator, north pole, south pole. Yes. So, equator is the imaginary line which is drawn midway between the north pole and the south pole, and it is also the largest parallel. Yes. As it divides the earth into two equal parts or hemisphere. The part of the earth which is toward the north of the equator is called the northern hemisphere. The part of the earth which is toward the south of equator is the south hemisphere. Now, we have the following references for describing the location of a place on the surface of the earth. That are the north pole, the south pole and the equator. Yes. Then we see the parallels and meridians. The globe, which is a true representation of the earth, how to set of circles. In one set, the circles run from west to east and are parallel to the equator. These are called the parallels. In the second set, the circles run from north to south and pass through the north pole and the south pole. Half of this circle between the north pole and south pole is called meridian. It means this is equator, and we see that all lines which runs from west to east, that are parallels, and the lines which runs from north to south, that are meridians. Yes. The parallels and the meridians can be used to define the location and the direction of any place on the globe or on the map. What is the use of parallels and meridians? The use of parallels and meridians is to define the location and direction of any place on globe or on the map. Yes. The parallels and the meridians intersect each other at right angle 90 degree. 1 minute. See students. Each parallel and meridian interact each other into 90 degree. See, all these angles are 90 degrees. Yes. Then the network of parallels and meridians on a globe is called the Earth's grid or the geographic grid. It means a network of meridians and parallels. This is called as grid. We see our next point, parallels or latitudes. We can draw a set of circles between the North Pole and the South Pole. These circles should be parallel to the equator. These circles are called parallels or lines of latitudes. The distance of a place north or south of the equator is measured as an angle. This angle is the latitude of the place. The latitude of the place is the distance of that place north or south of the equator, measured as an angle whose vertex is at the center of the earth. The latitude of a place is always expressed in degrees. There are 360 degrees in a circle, 60 minutes in a degree, and 60 seconds in a minute. See students, this diagram. This figure shows us measurement of latitude, and parallels divide the earth into slices. These parallels divide our earth into slices, and this figure show us measurement of latitude. This is equator. This point shows us longitudinal angle, and this is North Pole and this is South Pole. Yes, then the equator is taken as the starting line and thus mark as 0 latitude. The distance between the equator and the North Pole is 1/4 of a circle. Thus, the latitude of the North Pole is 90 degree, which is written 90 degree N, and the latitude of the South Pole is also 90 degree, which is written like 90 degree south. The parallels are drawn at interval of 1 degree. Thus, there are 90 parallels in the northern hemisphere and 90 parallels in the southern hemisphere. Hence, including the equator, there are 181 parallels on the earth. While writing the latitude of a place, the letters N or S is always added to the angular distance, such as a 10 degree north or 10 degree south. This indicates whether the place is in the northern hemisphere or in the southern hemisphere. It means when we locate the place, that time we write distance in degrees and after that we include N or S. Why? Because we recognize the place where the place located. It means it is in the northern hemisphere or the southern hemisphere. That is why we write N or S after the distance and after the location of that place. The places near the equator are said to be in the low latitudes, while those near the poles are in the high latitude. The parallels or the lines of latitude have the following characteristics. Now we see the characteristic of parallels or the line of latitudes. All parallels are complete circles except 90 degree north or 90 degree south because they are points. The equator is the largest parallel. The length of the other parallels decrease as one moves away from the equator towards the pole. It means if we move away From equator towards the pole, that time the length of parallels decreases. Yes, all parallels are located at an equal distance from each other. It means all parallels do not touch each other. Okay. The distance between any two parallels at an interval of 1 degree on the surface of the earth is about 111 km. The equator is the only great circle, while the other parallel are all small circles. Yes, students, the distance between any two parallels at interval of 1 degree, it is 111 km, and the equator is only great circle, while the other parallels are small circles. Okay, students, that is all about today's social study period.